We're gonna learn my dad's recipe for
豉油雞
soy sauce chicken, a Cantonese staple often seen hanging from Chinatown windows, tempting us with their dark golden skin and the juiciest bites of chicken. In my opinion, soy sauce chicken is one of the easiest crowd pleasers to make, both for large parties and intimate family-style meals. Big thanks to ButcherBox for providing the chicken and for sponsoring this video. More on them later, but first my dad's gonna teach us a few tricks to prepare the chicken for maximal flavor.
我今日選擇用呢隻雞咧，都係健康食品嚟。呢個係 Cantonese 嘅雞嚟嘅，睇到佢皮薄肉厚，成隻雞咧冇乜肥油喺度嘅，隻雞好靚。傳統做豉油雞，廣東人嘅就嗰啲好細隻雞，2磅嚟3磅啊，3磅多啲。但係我今日選擇呢隻雞做4磅幾嘅，所以我做呢隻雞浸嘅時間長啲，用嘅豉油係多啲嘅，就將隻雞洗乾淨先嚇。
First, we'll wash the chicken.
已經好乾淨嘅呢隻雞啦，好乾淨嘅。雞咧最緊要係做咩咧？洗乾淨雞胸入邊。 個雞塊嗰度咧，把刀整到好乾淨，已經係好乾淨晒，睇淨嘅，好乾淨。
With our chicken washed, this next step is crucial to getting the texture and the color of the chicken just right.
我呢煲水已經係滾咗㗎啦，但係呢個煲將啲水倒落嚟，飄飄個皮，馬上啲皮已經收縮咗啦，睇到嘛？試下。點解要收縮啊？ 咁佢浸喺隻雞嘅時候咧，佢啲皮咧就會脆啲，浸嘅時候啲豉油會浸上色啲啦。
Make sure the hot water is also getting into the cavity of the chicken.
Mumbles from Patreon asked, do you need to cook this whole? Can you use breasts, thighs, wings?
買啲雞皮翻嚟，淨係雞皮又得，雞胸肉又得，一樣係咁浸啫嘛。都係要俾啲滾水飛一飛，浸一浸佢先，你再落去浸。冇皮都一樣嚟咁樣，嗰個都熱水佢。佢去咗表皮面上嗰陣油，用啲滾水浸一浸，佢去咗禁脂肪，會更加容易上色，因為佢冇一層脂肪阻隔。
If you care about getting a more consistent color without patchy skin, then spend more time blanching the chicken with hot water thoroughly, on every side and in every crevice. He's demonstrating here with another chicken that's smaller, and using a wok, which makes it a bit easier to flip the chicken around. The bigger the chicken, the more time you'll need to spend on this. Doing this blanching now will later help the chicken evenly take on the iconic golden brown color from the sauce that this dish is known for. Soy sauce chicken, or siao gai, is a Cantonese favorite that is savored for its tender and flavorful meat. It's cooked similarly to white-cut chicken, but that dish generally showcases the fresh and natural flavor of the chicken, highlighted by a delicious ginger scallion sauce. Our dish today, however, relies on the strong flavor of the soy sauce and aromatics seeping into the chicken as it's cooking. As with many other chicken dishes, Chinese people like to serve the chicken whole, including the head, especially during celebrations like Lunar New Year, to symbolize family, completeness, and abundance. Of course, you can always use just a part of the chicken to make this dish, and it'll be just as amazing. Once the chicken is blanched, we'll set it aside to drain and prepare our ingredients. 下一步咧就嚟切嗰啲料啦，記得八角生粒。果然你屋企冇八角，亦都唔需要落八角。將拍碎佢咧就俾佢啲包住就得㗎啦。佢唔會拍周圍都係啦，咁拍落去，咁得㗎啦。拍碎之後咧，嗱咁拍碎咧，係嘛？一拍碎啲好香。葱切一段段。 We'll cut 3 pieces of green onion into short segments.
姜切一片片。 啲姜係洗乾淨㗎啦，唔使刨皮就得啦。1個安士都差唔多夠㗎啦，足夠啦。個紅葱頭咧就切咗佢。
We'll cut the shallots into 4 pieces.
好啦。 係咁多材料啦。
We have all of these ingredients listed on our blog at madewithlao.com, along with step-by-step instructions and video clips to guide you as you make the recipe at home.
首先將嗰啲材料俾啲油爆香先開火啦。隻鑊燒開之後咧，我就俾2個湯匙咁上下嘅油上去。
Once the oil is hot, or about 30 seconds, we'll add the ginger.
爆香啲薑先，1個安士咁上下薑啦，2個安士隨你啊，咁啲薑就係嘅，1個安士薑。
After 20 seconds, we'll add our shallots.
就俾葱頭落去，爆香啲葱頭。
After another 20 seconds, we'll add the star anise.
八角。
After 10 to 15 seconds, we'll add the green onion.
葱段俾埋落去，爆香佢。
After 15 seconds of cooking the green onion, we'll add the rice wine.
我而家咧就俾3個湯匙嘅米酒上去。
After another 15 to 20 seconds, we'll add our soy sauce.
好，而家咧就俾豉油上去咯，12嘅安士嘅生抽，因為你個雞大隻，12安士生抽，喺呢度再俾啲落去，俾2個安士啦。呢一樽係10個安士啊嘛。
What is the best kind of soy sauce to use?
中意你平時用開佢嘅時候，你咪用豉油咯。我又唔一定話你要用邊個牌嘅豉油。
After cooking the soy sauce for about 30 seconds, we'll add hot water.
水係16個安士水上去。
After 30 seconds, we'll add our rock sugar.
冰糖咧，如果你想唔食咁甜嘅咧，俾少啲唔得。我係俾3個安士呢度。廣東人中意甜啲嘅，北方人就冇咁甜。啲冰糖糖咧就分得3，有白糖啦、黃糖啦，仲有冰糖。其實都係一樣原料做成嘅啫。
If you don't have rock sugar, you can also use white or brown sugar instead. For this dish, most restaurants use rock sugar or brown sugar for their distinctive tastes and colors. After another 30 seconds, we'll add our dark soy sauce.
一個湯匙，你睇下佢如果係唔夠色咧，就可以夠多少少落去。
If you want the traditional, deeper, darker colored skin, add more dark soy sauce, which acts partially as food coloring. With our smaller chicken, we're using 6 tablespoons, and some recipes call for much more. Our friends at the Walks of Life use about 20 tablespoons, or 1 1/4 cups of dark soy sauce in the recipe for a 4 to 5 pound chicken like ours today. Roughly 20 seconds after adding the dark soy sauce, we'll add 3 more tablespoons of rice wine. After adding the rice wine, we'll lower the heat to simmer the sauce.
等佢滾2分鐘、3分鐘之後咧，滾出味啦，我就俾隻雞落去淋，慢慢咁淋。
開頭係猛火。
開頭係猛火，而家係慢火啦。睇到糖溶咗未先？冰糖要溶咗先得嘅。
We'll continue cooking the sauce on low heat for 2 to 3 minutes, stirring occasionally. Soy sauce dates back to around 2,200 years ago during the Han Dynasty in China. Much like congee, soy sauce was originally developed to stretch food supply because salt used to be a very expensive commodity, but it has since become one of the most common and important ingredients in all of Asian cuisine. In Cantonese, soy sauce is called si yao, and today we're using 2 common types: light soy sauce, or sang cao, which is what most people think of as regular soy sauce. It's saltier and is mainly used to add umami and savory flavors. Dark soy sauce, or lo tao, is milder, sweeter, and also thicker from added caramel and a longer fermentation process. For today's recipe, we're using tamari, which is interchangeable with dark soy sauce. My dad mainly uses them to add darker color to a dish like today's beautiful golden brown soy sauce chicken.
好啦，差唔多啦。而家咧呢個雞落去淋，咁筆啲。
Now we'll ladle the sauce over the chicken, making sure all sides are covered. For a more consistent color, spend more time thoroughly lathering the skin with the soy sauce. Here's my dad demonstrating with the smaller chicken. Since our first chicken is bigger, we'll use a pot to make it easier to cover the entire chicken.
呢個嚟就嗱，呢個電飯煲嚟嘅啫，揸住雞髀度，將佢擺過嚟，擺佢落去，將啲湯汁倒佢落去嗱。
We'll carefully pour the sauce into the pot.
然之後擺佢上嚟。通常喺餐館咧就唔使開火嘅，即係會有好大桶嘅豉油嚟浸佢。由屋企咧，因為呢個煲細個啊嘛，所以咧就唔同咁做法啦。好啦，我哋就咁冚住佢，開到最慢咁浸佢15分鐘，再反佢。
We'll cook the chicken on lowest heat for 15 minutes on this side. Cooking it low and slow like this lets the sauce seep into the chicken and results in the most tender meat.
隻雞就浸咗15分鐘啦，我而家就反翻轉佢慢慢咁反轉，唔好整到啲皮佢喎。
After 15 minutes, we'll carefully flip the chicken over so it cooks evenly.
將佢擺佢落去。而家咧就再浸佢15分鐘，冚住佢。
We'll cover and let it simmer again for 15 minutes. The reason we flip it is because of the size of our chicken. Traditionally, chickens used for this dish are smaller, about 2 to 3 pounds. Most whole chickens in grocery stores in the US are about 4 to 5 pounds. If you're able to find a smaller chicken at an Asian market or a grocery store, cooking time will be shorter and no flipping will be necessary.
好啦，而家咧就反翻轉噶啦，好香。
After 15 minutes, we'll flip it again and let it simmer for 10 more minutes.
Winnie from Patreon asks, how do you get the flavor deeper into this chicken?
你嘅雞睇你分大細，你通常係3磅嘅雞就好容易會吸到啲味去到嗰啲雞三層。啲3磅零嘅雞佢啲肉好薄，就算你正常咁樣30分鐘浸實隻雞，會有味嘅，入到味嘅。好啦，而家隻雞前後就浸咗45分鐘。試下佢睇熟唔熟先，想知道熟唔熟咧？隻雞咧，你就喺呢度最後嗰度一齊篤佢入去，
We'll poke a chopstick between the thigh and the breast. If the juice that comes out is clear and not red, then the chicken is done.
完全冇血水啦，已經熟咗㗎啦。
Before we move on, here's a quick summary of preparing and cooking the chicken. First, we're blanching the chicken with piping hot water. For an even final color, we need to be thorough with blanching the whole chicken. Then we'll let it drain and dry. After the sauce is created, we'll ladle it onto our chicken, also being very thorough to get that consistent color. After that, we'll simmer the chicken in the sauce on lowest heat. For the more common 4 to 5 pound chicken, we're cooking it for a total of 40 to 45 minutes, flipping at 15 and 30 minutes. For a smaller 2 to 3 pound chicken, we're cooking it for only 25 to 30 minutes and you shouldn't need to flip it. We'll confirm that the chicken is done with the chopstick method.
閂咗火啦，係咪？閂咗火之後咧，我哋將個雞攞出嚟。嗱，呢度有2袋 ice 嚟嘅，一袋擺下邊，呢袋咧啱係擺上邊㗎嗱。咁呢個好處就做咩咧？將隻雞快脆啲，將啲皮收縮咗，咁樣咧 keep 住隻雞入邊啲汁就喺入邊㗎啦。喺個雞翼下邊咁樣留起佢，我哋擺佢過嚟。 上邊咧又俾一包沙叔開始上去，就等佢隻雞快脆啲收緊佢。
一定要用袋。
咁樣咧冰水就唔會滲隻雞入邊啊嘛。咁啊等佢10零分鐘或者10分鐘啊，咁樣等佢凍咗先切得。如果唔係而家切咧就切得唔靚噶啦。等佢凍先。咁呢樽豉油咧，我哋要煲翻滾佢。煲翻滾佢之後，佢就先開始 keep 得耐啊嘛，預留翻啲豉油啊嘛，係咪？陣間咧斬好隻雞。 將啲汁咧迷一迷佢薄芡咁淋上去雞面上。好啦，我哋而家咧煲滾個雞汁先嚇。
We'll bring the sauce back to a boil so that it keeps for longer.
好啦，滾啦而家，好開火，好掂。
After the sauce is boiled and as we wait for the chicken to cool, I also wanted to make a special shout out to thank all of our wonderful Patreon supporters for helping bring this video to life. If you enjoy our videos and are interested in supporting us directly, head on over to patreon.com/madewithlau to learn more. After the chicken cools on ice for 10 to 20 minutes, we'll need a knife and cutting board for the next step.
雞就可以斬得啦，我哋喺中間翻開佢。
First, we'll chop the chicken in half lengthwise.
啲雞好軟啦，仲有咧中骨個骨嗰度，我分開佢，先斬喺一邊先，個雞翼拎佢出嚟。
Then we'll cut along the joint to separate the wing. We'll move on to cutting off the thigh next.
咁搣開佢
Then we'll chop the remaining piece in half lengthwise. Then turn it 90 degrees and chop it into roughly 1-inch wide pieces.
呢啲擺翻呢邊。
We'll do the same with the other half.
擺平佢。呢個雞髀。
Now we'll chop up the thigh into smaller pieces like so.
唔硬嘅啲雞骨。
And finally, the wing.
Okay.
Now we'll repeat the process with the other half of the chicken. As we mentioned earlier, a whole chicken symbolizes prosperity and perfection, so it's important to plate the dish to show the completeness and shape of the chicken. So each part is placed roughly where it was on the body, and of course, include the head as well.
好啦，咁隻雞就完整嘅斬好咗喺度啦。
With the chicken chopped, we'll create the sauce to pour over it. We'll add some of our existing sauce to the wok.
我俾2盒落去得㗎啦，2箱唔緊要。開火，係咁滾就得㗎啦。
As the sauce heats up, we'll prepare a slurry with 2 tablespoons of cornstarch and 4 tablespoons of water.
賣芡嘅時候一定要閂慢個火佢，閂慢火。如果唔係咧，佢就會成嚿嚿㗎啦。咁樣跟住搞。
Feel free to add more or less slurry based on your preference of consistency.
好啦，而家就好啦。而家有少少咩呢咁就得㗎啦，唔好太結。
We'll also add a few drops of sesame oil.
OK。
Now we'll turn the heat back up to medium, stirring frequently, and when it boils, we'll turn off the heat.
好啦，整好晒之後咧，就淋翻個芡上去啊！呢個豉油汁嚟嘅 ，OK。淋上去。
We'll ladle the sauce onto the chicken, making sure to cover every piece. Now let's see if my parents had this back in their village in China.
紅隊落嚟吃雞咯！
喺鄉下有冇食豉 豉油雞啊？
冇。
一嚟冇咁多雞食，二嚟冇咁多豉油咯。主要係冇咁多雞。
你自己養雞啊？
養隻雞係過年嗰年先做。
有時拎啲雞去賣啊，賣咗換錢啊，細佬。
朋友們，豉油雞就整好咗啦，希望大家中意呵。
YouTube thinks you'll like this recipe next. Let's see if they're right.